This is not a story you forget. It is not a tale of ordinary criminals, and it is not something that happened quietly. On February 28, 1997, in North Hollywood, Los Angeles, two men walked into a bank carrying weapons so powerful, so heavily modified, that the police and the public were about to witness one of the most violent bank robberies in American history. These were not your average thieves. They were heavily armed, tactical, and prepared for a war, and when they pulled their first trigger, the world paused. Imagine the streets of North Hollywood, a normal day, suddenly erupting into chaos. Gunfire echoes across the city. Bullets ricochet off walls, cars, and police vehicles. Inside the bank, employees and customers hide under desks, terrified. Outside, LAPD officers scramble, unprepared for the firepower they are about to face. The first 60 seconds of this incident would set the tone for one of the bloodiest shootouts in U.S. history. And the story that follows is as much about courage as it is about sheer chaos. The two men, Imo Matsarianu and Larry Phillips Jr., had spent months planning. Their goal? A bank in North Hollywood. But their preparation was not ordinary. Fully automatic rifles, body armor so heavy that normal police weapons were nearly useless. Tactical knowledge of urban combat, they were not just robbers. They were paramilitary in approach. Their arrival at the bank was calm. They wore ski masks, carried duffel bags filled with weapons, and acted as if the streets were their battlefield. Inside the bank, the first shots fired, chaos erupted. Glass shattered, alarms blared, and panic spread like wildfire. Outside, LAPD officers responded with standard-issue handguns. But these weapons were no match for fully automatic rifles. Matsarianu and Phillips unleashed controlled, tactical fire. Their accuracy was terrifying. Cars exploded under stray bullets. Civilians ducked, ran, and screamed. The police quickly realized, this is not a normal robbery. This is war. Backup arrived. SWAT teams prepared. Helicopters hovered above, trying to locate the suspects. Yet the robbers were still inside the bank, methodical, focused, and heavily armored. Even police rifles struggled to penetrate their body armor. Each round fired by officers seemed useless. The city watched in horror as the firefight escalated. And then came the unexpected. The robbers left the bank, opening fire on anyone in their path. They were mobile, organized, and deadly.
But LAPD quickly adjusted tactics. Patrol cars used as cover SWAT sharpshooters, positioned strategically, officers coordinated with helicopters. Still, for almost 45 minutes, the robbers maintained the upper hand. The firefight became legendary, even today. Police departments study it as one of the most intense urban gunfights in U.S. history. Each moment felt like life or death. But every decision could mean survival or death. Inside the bank, people hid in cubicles and vault areas. Employees showed courage. Some calmed terrified customers, others barricaded doors. Preventing further entry, one teller even used a phone to warn outside police. Outside bystanders ducked behind vehicles. Helicopters streamed live footage to news outlets. But The world could watch helplessly as bullets flew across the streets. For the first time, LAPD brought out rifles capable of penetrating body armor. Officers adjusted their strategy. Helicopters coordinated with ground units to surround the robbers. And then Matserianu was hit. The firefight reached its climax. Phillips, realizing defeat, continued briefly before being killed as well. But by the end, 12 officers and 8 civilians were injured, but the robbers were stopped. The event shocked Los Angeles and the nation. The North Hollywood shootout changed American policing forever. LAPD and other departments' upgraded weapons body armor standards were revised. Police training evolved to handle heavily armed criminals. It was a wake-up call. Urban robbers could no longer be underestimated. The line between criminal and paramilitary was now blurred, beyond tactics and gunfire. The story is about human courage. Officers risking lives without knowing the odds, bank employees protecting customers. Civilians helping each other in the middle of chaos. True bravery is measured not just by fighting, but by surviving and protecting others. The North Hollywood shootout remains one of the most intense and studied bank robberies in American history. It's a story of preparation, firepower, courage, and chaos. A reminder that in moments of crisis, human bravery shines brightest. This is Navy Power Media. We bring you the stories behind the headlines, the strategy behind the chaos, and the truth behind history's most intense encounters. Subscribe, like, and comment below. Could you survive a shootout like this?